Alright guys, let me first show you this. This is a unboxing video that I did like a day or two ago when I actually first got this laptop to work on. Let me show you. It's the Dell. It's a nice Dell. Here we go. So it's a Dell Inspiron 5000 series, model 5557. Has a 15.6 inch Full HD 1080p display. Comes with a i3-7100, which is the new 7th series, 8 gigabytes of memory, 1 terabyte hard drive, Windows 10, McAfee. Actually has a DVD drive, while USB 3, HDMI, and Waves Max audio. So this here is the box, and here's a video of what it looks like to open the box, but I'm thinking people will know this. And this is the laptop. So this laptop was specifically picked because the client that we have has white counters in her kitchen. So she wants a white laptop to go with it. So this is essentially what the laptop looks like. Again, there's all your details. Apparently an infrared camera with dual microphones. Oh yeah, look at that, infrared camera with dual microphones. Gotta give them props. 7th Gen i3. I mean, from the look of it, it's a great laptop. The top here is very, very smooth. Thickness-wise, I'd say it's fairly thick. It is somewhat heavy. You know, it is kind of made more for, I guess, setting instead of transportation. It's not just as thin and light as a lot of laptops you see nowadays. So essentially, here's your power button, just like on all other laptops. Pretty normal keyboard. The keys do have that like good click feel. So you know, when you're typing something, it seems to really click and you recognize that you've actually clicked it. The touchpad is a pretty good size, not nearly as big as the Max. And as I mentioned up here, you have a infrared camera, dual camera system, as well as 2 microphones. A microphone here, and a microphone here. So for like video quality, I think it should be really, really good. The side ports, the far left here is of course your charging port. This is one of the new fancy slimmer, I guess you would call it, network jacks for cabling your laptop to a network. HDMI port and 2 USBs and a headphone jack. Nothing along the bottom besides just a light for when your computer's asleep or awake. And the other side over here just has your CD DVD player, 1 USB port, as well as a SD slot to get photos or something like that off of your digital camera. So we will hit the power button and go through the initial setup here. I have also, let me actually show you this. Well, I was trying to show you this, but either way, this I gotta do setup on this. So over here, I have my my vlog bouncing down. This is the one that I just did on the Budweiser factory. As you can see, it looks like it's almost a 15 gig vlog. Man. And if you come into here in the other part of my office, as you can see, I'm like the only one here today. I have all of this. This is 9 computers that I have to get ready for another client of ours. That should be fun. I actually, myself, I enjoy having more work to do, just because when I have work to do, my day just goes by quicker. You know, I come into work, I do work, and I go home. Instead of like coming in and having nothing to do, and my day's slow, and it's just not fun. This isn't powering on, but I just remembered I need the charger. Let me get this thing booted up, let me get it signed into, and then I'll actually do a fresh boot. I'll do a shutdown, show you some of those times, and just see how this new Dell computer actually performs. let me say in the middle of this, it is not hard. It is very hard to find a white computer. Macs are now more in like silver, and you know, most laptops are either like gray, silver, or black. So to find a white one like this is very hard. I will say that this model, just because it had the white shell, I guess, I don't know, it was $100 more. I could have got this exact same laptop for the client for $100 cheaper, but because she wanted the white one, it was $100 higher. Not entirely sure why, but I will say if you're looking for a white laptop, this is probably the only one you're really going to find, at least that's new. So this is just your typical, you know, language settings to find out where you're located at. Of course, they always come with specific time just because that's where most of them are created at. Of course, all the legal mumbo jumbo. Now, this is one part that I really wanted to show. They'll tell you get going fast, and you're supposed to just click this little button over here that just says, you know, use express settings. But let me come in here and show you that if you actually click on that button, you're allowing Microsoft to basically get all of your speech and typing input, and it's sent to them. It sends them more information to improve the recognition and suggestion platform. It lets apps in for advertising information. It lets Skype basically go into your address book and verify mobile phone numbers. You can have your location turned on here, which allows them to constantly track your device, in my opinion. Don't really care for that too much. Once you hit next, automatically connect to suggest and open hotspots. Not all networks are secure. So they're basically telling you here that, you know, this is going to automatically connect you, but it may not be safe. Why the hell they leave that on, I do not know. Automatically connects to hotspots temporarily to see if paid network services are available. I wouldn't really care to do that. Think about it. If I'm trying to do work in my car or something, it's going to just be jumping the hotspots. No. And then send full diagnostics reports to Microsoft. No, I'll send those if I want to. I don't want you just constantly taking stuff from my laptop. You go on one more time. You have the smart screen, which, you know, supposedly helps for miscellaneous content and downloads by Windows browsers and apps, aka they're scanning every single thing that you say and keeping track of it. Use page prediction to improve reading and speed up browsing, blah, 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 blah. Your browsing data will be sent to Microsoft, again, tracking everything that you're doing. Get updates and send it to other PCs in the network. It's a great feature. I don't care for it. Basically what it means is if this computer gets an update and there's another computer on the network, this computer will send the updates to that computer instead of just turn those back off. It'll send the updates from one computer to another instead of re-downloading the updates. And now we're in this just typical hello, how you doing, we're happy you're here, and you'll be ready to go in like 5 minutes screen. So once this is done, I'm going to shut it down. I'm actually kind of talking to you through this monitor here. It's actually kind of cool. Either way, once this is completed, we will actually try a boot up and a shutdown, and I'll just see how this thing performs. I'll uninstall some programs just to see what kind of speeds we're looking like and see if this is a good enough laptop to buy. Looks like the updates have completed and restarted, so now hopefully we'll make our account actually. Yeah, I've been seeing this for a minute. So this is all pretty typical stuff. If you have a Microsoft account, you can of course enter in your Microsoft account email address and password and sign in with that account. Gives you a lot of benefits that they have for syncing Windows 10 with everything else. If you don't have a Microsoft account, you can click the button right here to create one. And if you're not trying to use a Microsoft account and you want this set up like an old school Windows 7 or Windows XP computer, you can say, screw all the Microsoft account stuff, skip this step. It'll then bring you to this little window here, and then you're actually able to give the computer a name, you know, Big C, and your password, and your hint. So And yeah, my passwords don't match because I didn't type a real password. You get the idea though. Now that that has been entered, our user is being created. This is the welcome to Windows, talking about passwords, yada yada yada. I always just click no thanks, maybe later. Basically what it's wanting to do is it personalizes your device. It verifies your identity from your face using your camera up here. Just a lot of stuff that I don't want my computer doing, even though I'm pretty sure it's still doing it anyway. This is Cortana, which is their version of Siri or Iris or Google Assistant, whatever Google's calling theirs now. I would highly recommend that you, unless that you just want to use it, clicking not now. You can set it up later. It's just, it's not that great. And this is just your normal support and great information. You can fill that out if you want. Since this is a work laptop, I will not be filling that out at all. And now we're back to this loading screen for about 2 or 3 more minutes. I don't understand what they're doing here. They're always apparently doing something in the background while this is running. Either way, I'll be back. This here is now the other most common thing that you'll have to do once you accept your network settings. This here is the big update from Microsoft. As you can see, it says that it's 4 gigs. So I'm just going to go ahead and click update and allow that to run in the background. It's checking everything, telling me that it's good to go. So I'm going to let this run. This is probably going to take an hour or more. While I'm doing that, while this is doing that, I'm going to handle some other things, and then we'll come back to actually check this out. Alright, so sadly it's a day later, but we are back. The creators update for Windows 10 has installed, and as you can see, it has turned all of this garbage back on that in return will just basically tell Microsoft everything about you. Here we are again with Cortana. So we're finalizing the setup now, and now we will actually get to see how this laptop performs. And now we wait again while it does whatever Windows 10 does. Let me definitely say, I'm not trying to complain so much. I can't stand all of this. I don't understand how with Windows 7, which is what these computers... I don't understand how with Windows 7, you know, you could just sign into the computer. And now when Windows 8 came out, they started this. And now with Windows 10, it does it again. And you just sit on the screen for several minutes. I just don't... I don't get it. No other OS does that. Android, Apple, Linux, whatever else there is, none of them do anything like this at all. Alright, now we are finally signed into the computer. One of the first things that, as I was saying, one of the first things that you really want to do on most laptops is go into your control panel first. Easiest way on Windows 10 is just click your start button and type control panel. Once your control panel loads, go to your programs and features, and you really want to get rid of all of this extra garbage that the companies put on the computers. So CyberLink Media Suites is great if you're doing any DVD editing or anything like that. Otherwise, you don't need it. Dropbox, you don't need it. Office Home and Student 2016, you may have your own version. You may not even use Office. Get rid of it. Dell. Oh, this is touchscreen. Oops. Dell. All the Dell stuff, get rid of it. It's all their products that are on here to try to make your computer better, to tell you more information about it. In my opinion, they do absolutely nothing for you. They are eating up processing power. So all the Microsoft stuff you can leave. This one doesn't look like it really has that much. I don't know what this Pro Dad is, so I would yank that off. Quick Set, that's something from Dell, so I'd yank that off. New Blue Videos Essential for Windows. Considering the publisher is New Blue, it's obviously not from Microsoft, so that's something extra. But basically, you want to get rid of these programs, and it helps with your startup and with everything else on the computer. Let's see what that it looks like starting up and booting the computer. So here is a complete shutdown. About 5 seconds, I think. So about The light's still on right now for the power. So we're looking at close to 10 seconds basically from clicking the shutdown button to your laptop actually turning off. Now you can see that the laptop is completely off. I am now going to press the power button. We'll see how quick we get to the Windows screen. 5 seconds. And this does not have an SSD, so it's not going to be the fastest. We're at about 10, so 15 seconds to the login window. Not too bad. Again, you got to remember it's a 7th gen i3, but it's not the most powerful i3, and right there is the sign-in window. So that was like 15 to 20 seconds. So it's definitely not that bad. Let's see what else we can do. So as I mentioned earlier, you have a few ports here. This is just your standard laptop charging port. This is one of the new fancy little flat network cable ports. HDMI, 2 USBs, and headphones. Nothing along the front. And then on this side, we just have the not the micro SD, the SD card reader, and another USB port, as well as a CD drive. So I would personally give this computer about a 7 out of 10. And that's mainly just because of the processor. It does have a slower processor. That's why it takes 15 or so seconds to boot. But it is a very nice laptop. If you're needing something to just surf the internet, to be on YouTube, to be on Facebook, to talk with your friends and send email, this is going to be great. Don't buy this trying to play Diablo 3 or World of Warcraft. Most editing programs would not run very well on it. Although they would run, it would be slow and glitchy and not really worth your time. This is like a good student. I'm trying to, and of course it's just a telemarketer. Alright, so for a student who is maybe using Office, using the internet, this thing would be outstanding. I believe you can get this laptop for $400 if you get the black version. So if you get the regular looking laptop, you can get it for $400. Now, like I said, this laptop specifically, they wanted the white one. The white one is an extra $100 just because it's white, just because it's made to look like a Mac. At least that's what I think. Either way, though, if you pay the extra $100 for the white one just so that your laptop kind of looks like a Mac, it's still just as worth it at $500. Although, again, you could get a much better laptop for $500 than this one, unless you're just needing a white one, which may be what some people need. I don't know. So again, like I said, I'd give it about a 7 out of 10. It has a good processor. It has 8 gigs of memory, which is a lot. That's not a lot. It's enough to do everything that we need to do nowadays. It has a good screen. It does have touch screen, which that I didn't even really recognize because I didn't really pay attention to. But it is a good laptop. You still have your old school CD drive, which to me is great. I'm a fan of the CD drive. And as well as you have an HDMI and you have a network jack. So if you're trying to upload or do something that's with a big file, you can plug in with a cable and it won't take you for freaking ever to do it over like it would over Wi-Fi. So I don't know, I like it. I would recommend it if somebody was looking for a laptop, like I said, for their more so for their child for school or for just an everyday use to check email, Facebook, YouTube. This is great. Anything else, you're going to want to up your price about $200. Then you can get something that can do all of that kind of stuff. That's going to do it for today. I hope that this was not boring in any way. I tried to just show a little bit of the setup and basically the laptop. But anybody watching this knows a lot about Windows 10 already, or at least I would think you do. If not, leave comments. I will totally make a video on Windows 10. I was more so doing this because it's a white laptop and it's rare, and I feel like this is something that some people are going to want. So with my video, hopefully you can see the laptop, you know what that it looks like, and you may want to purchase it. I'll definitely put a link below on where you can buy this white laptop through Amazon. I think that's going to do it. Hopefully I get this uploaded today. I hope that everyone is having a great day. please give me that thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button so we can get to 100. And I will see you all tomorrow. Deuces.